Hello, team. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today to discuss our proposed employee communication plan. This plan, while ambitious, will ultimately allow for clear communication channels that will help us create an environment of trust and collaboration. In order for this plan to succeed, we must all commit to making this plan a priority starting here with you all. With this commitment, we will able to fully integrate the changes needed to meet our organizational goals of facilitating trust, engagement, and accountability in order to improve the morale and relationships between employees throughout the enterprise. The effect that this strategic communication was designed to achieve is to repair the current channels of communication throughout all areas of the company by communicating effectively through transparent, honest, and timely communication channels, maintaining positive internal relationships, and ensuring that each employee understands that their work has a direct impact on the success of the company. Our first step is to evaluate who we need to communicate with. Based upon communication literature, internal stakeholders are the most critical because they are the core of the company. These stakeholders are identified by possessing three attributes: power to make changes, are legitimate in the sense they are appropriate, and they need to be addressed immediately. Cooperation and synergy across all internal stakeholders is crucial to accomplishing strategic goals and objectives. Historically, ConsoE uses top-down communication approach, causing the change in the impact and attitude as you move down the chain of command, which is contributing to the inadequate productivity within the company. Our employees' feelings are consistent when discussing our current communication strategy. The primary issue is that we aren't listening and sharing relevant business information up and down the chain of command. Furthermore, actions taken by leadership don't align with what they are saying, all of which are contributing to the overall lack of trust and engagement at ConsoE. This type of culture is contributing to the top three prohibitors to adequate production, which are all directly related to communication functions. Incorporating upward communication will increase employee engagement by fostering strong levels of employee identification and morale. Analyzing ConsoE's internal stakeholders will help us to drive productive two-way communication and identify gaps when leadership can encourage learning, innovation, and action to ultimately build trust. While evaluating the environment at ConsoE, there was an indication from recent survey results that most employees are happy with their benefits and compensation package. However, the desire for better communication flow is of paramount concern. Employees have already illustrated their frustration through surveys and focus groups. Failure to adequately implement our plan could lead to disconnect and dissatisfaction amongst non-management employees. As a result of this, we conducted a SWOT analysis that shows that interdepartmental information distribution is lacking. Several legacy employees have suggested solutions, but they feel they have not been heard. Shane, your willingness and that of the entire executive team shows that the organization is eager to rectify these issues. Another concern if our plan isn't implemented is it could lead to fractured relationships with employees. If they lose trust, their productivity could suffer. As everyone here knows, productivity is the best way for profitability. You can't afford to have the less than stellar products on the market. Mr. Shane, collaborating with employees and utilizing their ideas could go a long way in repairing relationship with them. Also, it gives each individual a chance to understand their newfound roles and responsibilities fully. In order to facilitate communication, we will use several communication channels to create a feedback loop of information from the employees to corporate. We should encourage our employees to speak openly and honestly so that we can address issues and improve ConsoE. By encouraging discussion, taking actions, and responding to questions, we can begin the process of repairing trust and communication. We will also utilize the newsletter to highlight employee accomplishments and recognition. In order to achieve our desired strategic effect, we have created communication objectives to address each goal. Our communication objectives are to deliver transparent, honest, and timely communication, to increase the information flow between departments, and keep employees informed. Our 3-month plan begins at the kickoff of the ConsoE communications plan. The first month, we will establish the plan to all of our employees, and the second and third month, we will begin the feedback loop between employees and management. The important component of this plan is that we are constantly listening and responding to employee needs. Over the course of 6 months, our plan leverages several communication channels to connect and inform. The research indicates that employees prefer to obtain information from meetings, therefore, they are a main focus. Several other tools we will be utilizing include town hall meetings to allow employees to voice their concerns and receive immediate feedback, open door office hours to encourage one on one communication, and departmental shadows that will allow Mr. Shane to visit business units directly and interact with employees throughout the enterprise that wouldn't normally get the chance to speak with him. ConsoE will continue to measure outcomes linked to its open communication objectives and create a feedback loop to refine and improve communication tactics to sustain success. These parameters allow the communication team to analyze data directly linked to our communications activities and desired outcome. Accurate and reliable data is essential to sustain continuous improvement. Consistent assessment of our key performance indicators and budget allocation will allow us to continuously improve upon our internal communications competencies. The congruence models offers a comprehensive approach to analyze internal synergies and workplace culture to reduce organizational problems. It will help ConsoE think through change management that impacts organizational interactions and performance. We recommend annual internal audits using this framework. ConsoE will need to allocate approximately $100,000 to implement the strategic communications plan. The budget will be reviewed and reallocated based on results by comparing identified metrics to communication objectives. This concludes our presentation for the new communications plan. Thank you for listening, and we will now open the floor for questions.